6:24 and 25 June on a wet day. Here's a sign about the Delta Water Gap National Recreational Area. Here's my view for today, pretty gooey. This is Lake Lenape. I'm very close to. I'm in a parking lot here waiting for my friend Mike to get here with a package that he sent home with a set of shoes. They're not new, but they've got a couple 100 miles left on them. These are the ones I probably have 600 miles on them. And you can see the way the left one is just kind of all kind of falling over to the side, and I kind of pronate, if that's the right word, to the outside of the shoe, but not like that. This is a La Sportiva thing. These wings seem to break, or it's probably cheap glue, but as you can see, if I look in the inside, you can see some daylight there. So that's actually right there, but actually there's a spot that's wearing through up here as well on that. I can kind of see it from inside, but all these little spots here, I got my finger poking on it. That's the Roxor PA. Did a number on it. The bottom of the shoe held up pretty well. I mean, they're worn, as you can see, but aside from caving over like that, the heels did pretty well. This shoe is not nearly the same as the other one. It's got holes on. It's got the same sort of holes that the rocks poke through those little vents, and there might be a couple of holes in the top of the shoe that underneath the mud. Same on the other one. There's a hole right there. But the right foot fared pretty well. I'd still be wearing these if the left foot didn't kind of cave over like it did. But they are good shoes, and I noticed this a couple of days ago when I was walking, and I looked down and I noted all this heel sticking out as opposed to a more streamlined shot here. So then I knew something was amiss with the way the shoe was breaking down. But anyway, they've served me well, and they've about had it at this point. So the ones I'm getting are another pair of La Sportiva Bushido models, and these are like the Bushido 2. The other one is the Bushido original, and the ones that I'm getting from here are not new, but they have a couple of 100 miles left on them. Got my pack, got my butt pad there. It's a little wet, but I'm kind of underneath. I'm underneath some trees, as you can see, so it's shading me, protecting me a little bit from the rain. But last night was a good night, but about 4 o'clock the rain came in, and a huge thunderstorm. And it rained pretty well for a while. And then it continued to rain, and kind of a lighter rain in the morning. Fortunately, it stopped long enough for us to pack up and all that. There's another guy tenting next to me, and he got underway just a few minutes before I did. But now I'm down here at Delaware Water Gap waiting for Mike, and then I'll walk through town because the trail goes through town. And this is another magic moment because I have to open up a new section on the Guthook Gap to get into New Jersey, which would be good. And New Jersey is just on the other side of Delaware Water Gap, so I'll be there. I'm going to go into town for a little while today, probably get something to eat. I got to resupply. There's not even a Dollar General here, so I'll be at the mercy of what I can get at a couple of gas stations, but we'll see. New Jersey's pretty short. I think think it's 75, 80 miles or so, and then New York, I think, is 90. And then, so we'll be going through states a little quicker than perhaps we have, but I know there's more rocks on the other side of Delaware Water Gap that are in New Jersey, but hopefully it'll lighten up a little bit. So I did about 6.1 to get here this morning, and I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, but that'll depend upon how long I'm in town. This is a Delaware Water Gap Veterans Memorial right here. And here's the dedicated men and women of Delaware Water Gap who served their country. And Korean War is on the bottom, and then there's the Vietnam conflict. There is a certain enthusiasm and liberty that makes human nature rise above itself in acts of bravery and heroism. And there we go, Borough of Delaware Water Gap, Appalachian Trail community, founded 1793. I'm just going down here to find a diner and a couple gas stations to see what I can get in the way of resupply. Crossing the Delaware, on the other side we'll be in New Jersey. We came from somewhere up there, as I recall. I remember seeing this bridge. State number 8. Going to New Jersey. I'm doing a gradual climb. It's about 1,100 feet elevation change from down below to where I'm going. It's been a while since I think I've done a 1,000-foot climb, but maybe it's my imagination. But yes, there are rocks here, but I'm not seeing the daggers of Pennsylvania. It's kind of nice. Small rocks, flat rocks. Interesting. I hope New Jersey continues this way. So I stopped in Delaware Water Gap. Not too much in town. Got some lunch at a nice little place and had some couple of hot dogs, a piece of apple pie, 3 cookies. Went and did pricey resupply at a gas station. Didn't get everything, but got enough. And then I went to Zoe's Ice Cream on the way back to the trail for 2 scoops of ice cream. The only thing I didn't have is the cold beer, but it's okay. But I'm thinking about, there's a backpacker campground coming up about 4.8 from Delaware Water Gap. Thinking about stopping there, seeing as I already had 6.1 or 6.2 going into Delaware Water Gap, and now that I don't have daggers all over me, my feet trying to rip me apart, I can kind of look around a little bit, because New Jersey, I just read, has more bears per square mile than any of the other 13 states on the AT. I've seen pictures of people leaving their backpacks unattended, torn up, and beginning to notice it looks like some people aren't hanging food anymore. In fact, it seems like that's the majority of people. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm hoping they're protecting the food here. But anyway, I had my food in my air sack last night, and it rained pretty hard, so it's wet. But I tied it to a tree, and I had a bunch of bird droppings all over it, but I cleaned most of it up. Right, I'm at the backpacker campground. Another through hiker, a couple of section hikers, a bunch of high school kids that are doing an outdoor thing here. It's quite a nice setup, and we're watching this awesome sunset. This is my setup for the night. Just got some socks and stuff on top. Here's my new used shoes. They have about 300 miles on them, so I think I can get 200 more out of these. And I got them this morning to replace my other ones.